Good morning. Lots of sunshine out there today, and lots of wind as well. I slept halfway decent in here. I woke up 4 or 5 times, but it is 8:40. So I crashed hard for about 6 hours or so. We're gonna get road ready, and we're gonna head on out to Gillette, Wyoming, and we're gonna stop there for some breakfast. So time to pack up the trailer and get the truck going. Oh, good morning. Beautiful Wyoming. Ooh. Get road ready. Whoa, all right, that's crazy. Look how much diesel we used last night. That's where we're sitting at still. We used like a 1/4 inch of that. And that thing ran all night. Granted, it was only 25, but that's cool. That's really good to know. Because I did my last test and it was in cold weather and it took up a lot, but here I thought we'd at least be through half of a tank. But cool. All right, well, we'll be nice and toasty again tonight. To keep rolling. Here we go, Gillette, Wyoming. All right, in the truck, kind of figuring out where I want to get to today. But first things first, if you've seen these little white patches that I've worn in previous videos, they are a part of LifeWave, the X39, and is a stem cell phototherapy patch. All it's doing is raising your copper peptides, which is sending a signal to your brain to help wake up dormant stem cells. Because I'm over 30, and by the time you get to 30, half of your stem cells are no longer active. And once we hit 60, we pretty much have no new stem cell activity. So, I don't know if you can see it. Let's place it up there in the back of my neck. But all that's helping do is wake up some of those dormant stem cells that help repair the body. And it gives a lot of improvements overall. My knees feel better. I think it's been helping my back. It's just, once I got my spine realigned, my spine was like this instead of having a curve, and it was like this to the side and all kinds of stuff. But it's been helping that. It helps sleep better, helps with brain fog, helps with energy. It's kind of a wonder patch, really. If you're interested, comment below. I'll send a link and you can check it out and try them out for yourself. There's all kinds of different ones. Eon one is kind of like a stress relief, energy enhancer. Glutathione, if you're not feeling well, this will help boost your glutathione levels. And then this one is, I haven't really used this one very much, but this is supposed to help with cravings and if you're doing any type of dieting. But all kinds of cool products. Been a great company. My wife and I, we've been using them for quite a while, and we're really happy with the results that we've been getting from them, and some of our friends and people that are also using them as well. So got that on. Big plan today is to get into very western side of Utah, western Utah into eastern Nevada is our plan for today. It's about 10 hours of driving. It is 9:17 here mountain time, so it's doable. We'll just see how the back is holding up, see how the truck is going and everything else, and we'll be ready to roll. All right, downtown Moorcraft, Wyoming, and we're going to check out the Tin Cup to get some coffee and some food. Coffee and bagel secured. Onward. All right, so I'm driving through east central Wyoming, and I can summarize it in about 3 things: cattle, antelope, and oil rigs. Well, lots of sagebrush. I mean, it's just fields and fields of sagebrush. And I've probably seen 4 or 5 big herds of antelope, lots and lots of cattle farms, and lots of oil rigs. You won't be able to see it on the GoPro, but out there, there's 5 rigs out there drilling. Off to the west of me, got some snow-capped mountains over there, which I think those are a part of the Bighorn National Forest and that mountain range there. But other than it being 30-mile-an-hour winds, it's kind of a nice drive back through here. Got off of interstate, kind of on a Wyoming highway driving through, and yeah, it's kind of nice. We made it to Casper, Wyoming, and it's lunchtime. Found a place online called Copper Cup Coffee Company that makes homemade waffles from scratch. And I love a good waffle, so we're gonna go check that out, grab some lunch, and hang out here a little bit, see if the wind dies down. Because there is a wind warning for the interstate that we're about to hop onto now for high-profile vehicles. I'm not necessarily a high-profile vehicle. If you've never pulled a trailer with a heavy truck and decently weighted down trailer, it doesn't take much. You get some of that wind and it just moves you all over the place. So we're just gonna hang out in Casper for a little bit. I'm actually gonna set up the Starlink and we're gonna get that going because I'm not sure what our service is like when we get down to southwest Wyoming. There's a few spots here in central Wyoming where I didn't have service, and it would have been cool to try Starlink and see how it works. So we're going to plan on setting that up after lunch and just kind of take it easy here for a little bit and see if that wind dies down. But it's time for waffles and coffee. Let's go. I got a peanut butter banana honey waffle made from scratch, fried egg for the side, and then a pour over coffee. Let's check it out. Oh, that looks good. That looks so good. This little fried up egg and some coffee. It feels good to be out of the truck for a while. All right, first bite. That is awesome. That was super good. I'm gonna finish my coffee here, figuring out my route I'm gonna take to Utah. Then we'll find a spot to park the truck. I saw there's the Oregon Trail Museum here, which I'm kind of a sucker for that stuff. So we might head over there, park the truck for a little bit, set up Starlink, and just take a little break, and then figure out what we're gonna head next, and kind of check that wind, see what that's doing. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna enjoy this coffee, sitting here, views of the mountains right out there. You can see them. Just enjoy being in the shop here for a little bit. All right, I'm at here at Fort Casper on the spur of the Oregon Trail and the Bridger Trail. So there is one of the Oregon Trail memorials. Pony Express would come through here. Fort Casper is back here behind me, but I'm not going to take time to walk through that. But I always like checking out these spots and doing a quick walk through anyway. So now I'm going to pull out the Starlink and get that set up. There it is. Just this little guy. Maybe there's another cable I got to get. I thought you're supposed to be able to run this off of USB-C. But I got that plug. We'll try it. All right, well, it already connected to the Starlink, so that's got power. Starlink is on, powered. It was working on my phone. I'm gonna try and connect my laptop to it, see if it works. There's my network. Oh, ho, ho. There she be.
And I want to buy other things.
Well, that is cool. I like it. It's right there. Literally plug and play, set up a subscription, and you're good to go. I got Wi-Fi, and I'm gonna leave it rolling. I'm gonna leave it up there while I'm driving. Although, since I'm driving southwest, I'm actually gonna point it out the passenger window because that's where north is. Yeah, that's where north is, and that works. That's the best place to have it. So we're gonna set it up here in passenger. It'll be my passenger princess. And we'll see if that works. I'll stream some podcasts and music off of Starlink. There we go. I'll let you know with an update. All right, so doing a little bit of testing of Starlink while I'm on the road here. And I gotta say, it works really well. So it's set up on my dashboard, using it for my maps, and was also playing music off of it, streaming. And it's great. It's pretty quick. I haven't had any lags in anything. And I'm going west, and I got it pointed west, and it's still got decent reception, so that's pretty cool. So far, I like it. It's pretty sweet. So I've only got 1 bar of cellular service out here, so it's nice to have this as a backup. And we're gonna keep trying it out while we're going through central Wyoming here. Tunnel time. First one. Just a little guy. Alright, I'm at Little America. It's kind of a little oasis here. Supper time, so we got burger, fries. Fresh, make them here in a truck stop. And the travel center actually really good. So hopefully that's the fuel I need to get me to Utah. So I'm kind of faded. I'm getting tired. Well, I know you can't see my face, but you can hear my voice. And for the last hour or so, we have been descending into Salt Lake City. And we're just now getting in between the mountains, and here it is. That's a big one. All the way down the valley. I wish the GoPros had better low light videography quality, but they really don't. As far as you can see now, there's just the city lights. It's pretty cool. So this is where we're making a stop for the night. I got about 30 hours to go to where I'm staying. 30 hours, 30 minutes. Actually gonna stay with some friends tonight. So that'll be welcoming to have a bed and a shower. Looking forward to that. It's gonna be loud, but I'll show you the lights. So that's our descent into Salt Lake City. This has been your captain. I want to thank you for coming along on the flight. Please keep your seatbelts on until the seatbelt light comes off. and we'll see you on the ground. End of day 4 here. Made it to the Salt Lake City area. Crashing at my friend's house, the Hansel family here. So it was cool to see Russ tonight. Got to catch up a little bit. I'll see his wife and his daughters tomorrow as well with the whole family. And then tomorrow morning, we will be heading to Nevada, either to Winnemucca or Reno, depending on how the drive goes and how it goes through the desert. All right, it's late, I'm tired. Did 630-ish miles today and about 9.5 hours of driving. And that was pushing it pretty good. So I'm looking forward to getting some sleep. Just got a hot shower, that felt great. And tonight we're into bed. Tomorrow night we'll be back in the camper, parked somewhere either in Winnemucca or Reno. But I will see you guys in the morning. All right, good night.